What's going on YouTube? It's Ramon back with Ramon Talks. And in today's video, we're gonna talk about, I was asked, why do men abandon their responsibilities? Hey, this one could get kind of deep. It's Ramon back with Ramon Talks. I'm gonna break it down as best as I can. So it's a million to one. Like it's a lot of reasons why men can will abandon their responsibilities. And when she asked me this, I'm assuming that she mean like why guys get you pregnant and they won't step up to the plate. Lot of reasons. So I'm gonna give y'all some things I've seen. I've seen guys get like the girl that's known in the streets too bad, or the neighborhood, her. I've seen guys get her pregnant and it's like an embarrassment to them. So a lot of times guys or she might be somebody that the homies then slept with too. So they be embarrassed. So they'll anything that's connected to her, they'll just decline it, try to keep it in the background, which is not fair. Kids, no matter what the relationship is with you and that person, male or female, the kid still deserves their parents. It's not always the easiest because, man, I've never seen in a lot of cases where it's the mom and the dad. It's either the mom that's with that bull or it's the dad that's with that bull. It's always, 50-50. One person's decent, the other person's not, most of the time. But that's one for sure. That embarrassment. A lot of these men aren't raised by men. They don't have a father. They don't have an example to know, what they need to do. A lot of these guys are ignorant. A lot of them ignorant. And like I say, absent-minded, they don't know, so they don't realize, the pain and agony and all these different things. And then what be crazy is guys that see a chick being so fine and they want to get her pregnant because she's fine. I mean, I get it, on some lustful stuff, but that'd be stupid. Don't do that if you're not gonna raise a child. I never really understand. I never really understand why guys would do that. They'll get women pregnant and they don't want to step up to the plate. Now, I understand it in this sense. Ladies, y'all have to take accountability on this part. Sometimes it could be you. I'm gonna use my mama. Love my mama. We're doing the thing for her, somebody behind her. But my mama was difficult. She was the key your car, bust out the glass type of chick. So, she was just unbearable. So, my dad had to cut us off. Now, he used to sneak to the school, for our birthdays and stuff like that. And I appreciate that. And he did what he could. He was on child support, the typical, stories. But my mom was just so unreasonable. And that be the thing, too. Man will abandon their responsibilities if you're an unreasonable woman. Because it's like, especially if you don't have the brother, the sister, if your people are ignorant, if there's no way or nobody that, he can talk to kind of keep up with the kid, then it's like, then at all, you know what I'm saying? And it's sad because the child misses out on their father, and it's no disrespect to the kid, but it's just like until that child get old enough, it's like, man, your mama, and I mean, you can have them talk to me, because no matter what my mama showed me, no matter what was done, I never lost love for my dad. You know what I'm saying? Once I got older, and she actually gave up custody, I got a chance to see what he was. So it don't matter. If he a deadbeat, he a deadbeat. If he ain't, he ain't. It's all that's gonna reveal itself. So it don't make sense to spend your time, turning the kid against the man. But that's definitely a reason too. If you're unbearable, and just because you think you're reasonable, like go talk to some other reasonable men and see if you're really reasonable. You can't go talking to people that's on your side, or biased. You can't go talking to biased people because then they'll have you thinking you're right when you're wrong. That's why I like to go talk to like my grandma, my grandpa, my dad. People that's not biased, that's gonna be like, Ty's just wrong. You're mean. You do. They'll straighten me out because sometimes I need that guidance. So that's something too, ladies. I'm not saying it's on y'all because in a lot of cases it's not on y'all. Some guys be just tripping, bro. I have a few female friends that I know are good women, queens, if you ask me, deserve good men, but man, it's 2025. It ain't too many good men left. And then it's all about what was his reason for sleeping with you in the first place. A guy will screw you, like have sex with you all the time. every chance he get, all the time. But he'll get you pregnant, and now he don't want to do with you because he might got a girl at home, might got a wife at home. He might got whatever he got going on, and now that's entitlement. Like, I can't be tied over here because I'm tied somewhere else. That could be a reason, or he just, a lot of times pay attention to the guy when you meet him. He may be irresponsible already. After a certain age, if you don't have a car, your own crib, this and that, certain things, pay attention. Check his priorities out before you even have a kid with him. If he don't have his life together, then what makes you think he's gonna handle a child? I always looked at women for this. If a woman don't respect her daddy, she's not gonna respect me as a man. So I pay attention to that. So that's another one too. If his mother's around or whatever, pay attention to how he treat his mother, his sister, and if his mother or his sister or just the women that's around, if they're actually of some decent character, if he treat them correctly, then he'll treat you correctly, because everybody don't always deserve to be treated correctly, because just because you're the mother, the father, or whatever, some of our parents ain't hitting on, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying disrespect them, but sometimes when I see the mother and daughter not getting along, or the father and son not getting along, I understand, because a lot of these daddies don't be worth a lot of these mamas don't be worth they get to having kids, and a lot of people have kids and get selfish and mad, and now their life done got cut short, but they don't care about taking care of their kids, So man, it's a lot of stuff with that. It's a lot of stuff with that, but I definitely see a lot of abandonment, a lot of men just cutting the responsibility. But like I said, a lot of times they just be after what's between your legs. That's really what a lot of that be. And then some men don't even want to settle like that. Some men don't even want kids. Some men just don't even want kids. Don't have the patience. I remember just me, you gotta have patience for kids. And where you'll feel like, well, strap up. If you don't want kids, strap up. That's true. But in today's time, people don't really, be worried about protection like that. You got girls lying and saying all these different excuses as to why they can't, why they can't and ain't and feel better, this and that. The guys do the same thing. Women trapping men trapping women. Like, man, it's crazy. And that kind of been going on for a long time. But, but people, they'll get you pregnant and just MIA. And man, I don't understand that. I be watching it and I'm like, dang. Like I said, I talk to my friends and they'll tell me, nah, he not around. And my thing is this. So I feel like this. Even if the mother is unbearable, it still costs for a kid. So go talk to your homies that got kids, any of that. Just find out some money, set up a bank account, a cash app, set up something. And you ain't got to say nothing to her. Man, just shoot her that money. You know what I'm saying? Okay, if the child's in daycare, let me see. Let's split that down the middle. Whatever additional stuff the kid may need. You could just cash out. Y'all ain't really got to talk about nothing unless you just really want to be a part of that kid's life. But like I said, it's not always that easy dealing with the mother sometimes. Like I said, I'm not trying to just point that at y'all, but I'm just trying to help men also understand, even if a woman is unbearable, you still don't have to abandon your full responsibility. She can not like you, you can not like her. You ain't got to say nothing. But it do cost. Diapers, wipes, stuff like that. So just shoot the cash over there. You ain't got to, I wouldn't say nothing. Shoot the cash, put it in the description. That's what it's for. And we could really stay out of court. It wouldn't have to be all this child support stuff if people just could get to that simple part. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could sit down, agree to a number, and the thing, women got to stop being greedy and trying to get more. It depends on the age. As the child ages, a little more money here, a little more money there. But infants and newborns, it only costs so much. Daycare and Pampers, it only costs so much. So, got to stop being greedy, but, because like I said, I've seen some difficult women. Like I said, my mom was one of them. I wouldn't have dealt with my mama. I would have did the same thing. I ain't want nothing to do with none of that. Would have hurt my heart because I would like to be there. You know what I'm saying? As my child, my dad raised me. So, of course, I want to be there while my child is growing up. But if your mama's unreasonable, if she's unbearable, hey, man, and I've watched men try. I've watched men try. My dad tried. They tried for about 2 years. And then, hey, man, sometimes it get too rough and you just don't want nothing to do with it. But then, like I say, you just got the bullshit dudes. Got the dudes that's just bullshit. They immature. They ain't grown up yet. They just ain't used to responsibility, don't want no responsibility. So that's why I say you got to pay attention to that. Do he got a car? What kind of job? Does he keep jobs? You got to see how responsible he is, how mature he is, how much of a man he is. Because a lot of women, and then you got to stop looking off of looks, because women think what's between their legs, as well. Got to stop paying attention. Oh, he look good. Fuck whether he look good. How did he manage? Like, that's conversations to have on first dates and stuff. Like, how does he manage his how does he manage his livelihood? Is he responsible? because that'll let you know instead of screwing yourself and then you either stuck doing it on your own or you got to battle with this fool in court and put him on child support. Man, I know women that be feeling like him. I got it myself. Full independence. She don't even want to deal with you. He be too, some of these guys are too feminine. So they like, man, fuck him. I got this on my own. And much respect to the ladies that's handling it like that. But let it be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because some women will paint that picture like the baby daddy ain't worth nothing, and he really is. So that's why I say you got to check yourself sometime. Make sure it's not you. So go talk to somebody that's not on your side, like I said, and make sure you ain't the one that's tripping. Might be him. Might be you. You might be unbearable. A lot of times we as humans, we be doing stuff that we don't. If I snap this picture up, I snap this picture, I can't tell what's going on behind me. So that's the thing. A lot of times we'll be dishing our behavior and we don't even be knowing how we looking or what we doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's the biggest thing. So let me see if I can give y'all a little more. But that's the biggest thing. And then, man, you got some guys, it's the crowd they hang around. Some guys, like I say, don't be ready to settle. Most of their partners might be single and living their life and macking on chicks and this and that. And a lot of times men don't want to commit. They don't want to let go of their lifestyle. But here's the thing that men got to realize. Just because you have kids with a woman don't mean you got to stop living your life. Just add that part of your management. You know what I'm saying? You can still run the streets if that's what you want to do, but you still got to be available for what's needed for this child. So it's just an extra, I hate to say bill, but it's an extra responsibility. So just add it into your game plan. But that's the thing. A lot of men don't know how to manage life. And, it's easier. It's easier for them to just say, give her, and that's it. But then the crazy part is they're abandoned, but still want to come back and get some. So that's I don't know. That's just crazy. It's just a lot of stuff with men of today's time I don't be understanding because I'm not like that. I was raised by real men that get down, that handle anything that come our way. The crazy thing, and a lot of these men of today's time are lazy. Man, I want to say my dad told me this, but man, a lot of people go to jail because it's easier. They lazy. That's free food, free rent, free, like shelter, free, so you got to watch these bummy dudes, man. Like Baby Boy, Jody, like watch, dudes like that. Them be the ones. He tried to straighten up towards the end, but you saw that was with guidance. Without that male guidance, he would have never straightened up. So pay attention to that. Pay attention to if that dude's father's in his life. Listen to these men. Talk to these men. See where he at. A man that's ambitious, man that wants some out of life, that's all he gonna be talking about. Hey, this is my plan. I just did this. I want to do this. I ain't got this yet, but I am gonna have this. Check his track record. Check everything about him and see if he actually want a better life. That's gonna let you know if he's a good guy to have a kid with. Because if he just, making excuses for where he at in life and, just, man, stuff be having me fucked up and this and that and just excuses. I come from the bottom and I made it. But that's because I got out there and made it happen. Pay attention. Pay attention. A conversation a day will keep the bullshit away. So with that being said, ladies, I really hope that this video help y'all out because I was asked this question a couple times. My apologies because I've been supposed to do this video, but like I say, hopefully this will help y'all out. Continue to hit me with these questions. Like, comment, and subscribe. Holla.